It reveals that the recent protests outside the Bangladesh High Commission in London were not spontaneous. In fact, the Khalistani extremist groups arrived at the location and a time which was meticulous, which was pre-decided. It also suggested a prior mobilization. According to intel sources, which have told exclusively to CNN News 18 that this aligns with the ISI's broader strategy. Inside Bangladesh, Islamic groups amplify anti-India sentiment and suppresses minority voices, while outside, the Khalistani Proxies target Hindu and India-aligned voices in Western capital. Anand Narasimhan is now joining us with all these details. Anand, not spontaneous, very much the enemies of India, so to say, trying to come together to shake us, not working.
Well, good afternoon, Pallavi, and good afternoon to our viewers. One of the first questions is, what are Khalistanis doing at a protest on Hindu atrocities in Bangladesh? It's not even their domain. This is just clear proof that it is the ISI trying to send across people, elements, its proxies to try and disrupt and deflect attention of the Hindu atrocities in Bangladesh because it does not suit their narrative. The other part is that this also proves that the ISI is deeply embedded, entrenched in the operations in Bangladesh. In fact, in some of the Islamist groups on rampage on the streets and their protests going on, there were calls to try and liberate Kashmir, etc. yesterday, and this is also on video, and this is being done in Dhaka. What is their business with whatever is happening in Jammu and Kashmir or in integral sovereign territory of India, unless this is an ISI narrative? So these are questions that remain, and this is only proof of what CNN News 18 had earlier shown, that the ISI has embedded itself, and it is very clearly trying to not just meddle in Bangladesh's affair, but it is also trying to control narratives and somehow give some cover fire to these radicals and the interim government of Mohammed Yunus, because they are the ones who are patronizing and who have allowed ISI to come back and embed themselves in Bangladesh. So Manoj Gupta getting us these pictures and these visuals is just confirmation that be it the UK or be it in Dhaka, wherever, the ISI is pushing up its proxies to try and help the radicals in Bangladesh and to also steer the attention away from the Hindu atrocities.
Absolutely. I think that Hindu atrocities points, Anand, then is extremely significant because that is something which Bangladesh ideally should be ashamed of, and not just Bangladesh, many of the world leaders who are keeping silent about it.
Well, the idea is, and the point is that there is a huge Western deep state lobby that was involved in the overthrowing of the government. Now, they want a replacement, and that replacement is seen as someone who's seemingly benign, but many believe he's wolf in sheepskin, is Tariq Rahman. Now, radicals taking over Bangladesh does not augur well for the common Bangladeshi. And these narratives which are being stolen on across the board, it's only showing that there is an increased meddling of the Pakistani ISI. The Pak ISI will do it because it's somewhere they want to revise the history that was rewritten in 1971. There are those who want to turn Bangladesh back into East Pakistan and dial back time. There are those, the Sunni Punjabis in Pakistan, who still believe that Western Pak should control the narrative, and this is their ideal opportunity to try and teach the Eastern Pakistanis or the erstwhile Eastern Pakistanis a lesson and keep them subservient to West Pak. These are all people who have these mindsets and they want to control these. But on ground, what is going to happen is radically the more moderate, secular Bangladesh individual will either have to make a choice, either leave the country or turn radical themselves. And that does not augur well for Bharat. And we know clearly that the Pak ISI is operating there. And there are elements within the Western deep state, especially the American deep state, who are emboldening these entities and allowing them to go ahead and play this, because it all helps the Western powers, the hegemonies, to keep South Asia unsettled. Their larger adversary is China, and more importantly, they want India to try and lean and give up their strategic autonomy and lean the American way. This whole game is a larger game, but it's the common people and the social fabric that is going to be torn.
Okay, thank you very much, Anand, for getting us all those details. And of course, this is the exclusive story by Manoj Gupta.